Hi, everybody. We're going to read the second Eerie Elementary book. The first one was called Hi, Luna. The first one was called The School is Alive. And number 2 is The Locker Ate Lucy. All right, we're going to do 3 chapters at a time. So this will be chapters 1, 2, and 3. And then you'll go to the next video. Chapter 1 is called Into the Graveyard. Come on, this will just take a minute, said Sam to his friends, Antonio and Lucy. We have the same characters from the first book. It was Monday morning before school. They were standing outside the entrance to the town graveyard, Eerie Cemetery. Sam, do we really have to do this? Lucy asked. I've got the willies, big time. Me too, Antonio said. I'm allergic to graveyards. Sam Graves turned to his friends. We need to figure out how to stop our evil school, right? He said. Then we have to do this. We have to learn as much about Eerie Elementary as possible. That way, we'll be able to fight it. The 3 friends stepped through the iron gate. The graveyard usually gave Sam the creeps, but it didn't seem so scary now, not after everything that had happened. It was 1 week ago that Mr. Nakobe, the old man who took care of Eerie Elementary, had chosen Sam to be the new hall monitor. Years ago, Mr. Nakobe had been the school's hall monitor. He showed Sam the truth about Eerie Elementary. It was alive. The school was a living, breathing, evil thing. And then on Friday, the school had tried to swallow Lucy and Antonio during the class play. Sam had saved them in the nick of time. The 3 friends and Mr. Nakobe were the only ones who knew the truth about the school. They had to keep everyone safe. There, Lucy said, pointing to a hill dotted with cracked headstones. The book says that's where the Eerie family is buried. Lucy held a thick and dusty book in her hands. Eerie, a town history. So there are the 3 friends. And there's the cemetery. The 3 friends had spent the weekend at the town library looking for information. From this book, they learned that a family with the last name of Eerie started the town hundreds of years ago. The book said that the Eerie family was buried in this graveyard. It also said that each member of the Eerie family had started part of the town, the library, the hospital, and even the school. Sam hoped that by seeing the graves, they might learn more about the school's history. Sam eyed the headstones. Each headstone had the name Eerie on it. It felt as if the headstones were watching him. Sam counted them. 12. Lucy, can I see the book? Sam asked. Lucy handed it to Sam. He flipped through the pages. Guys, this is strange, he said. The book says there were 13 members of the Eerie family, so there should be 13 headstones. But there are only 12. One family member is not buried here. Weird, Antonio said. You know, it's no surprise all this creepy stuff is happening in a town called Eerie. Eerie does mean spooky and strange. Whose grave is missing, Sam? Lucy asked. Sam's eyes darted over the names on the headstones, and then he looked in the book. So there's the book, and there are the headstones. Oh, there's the book. And you can see all the names and the dates underneath it that they lived and died. And you can see this guy right here that he's pointing to. He does not have a death date, which means he didn't die yet. At least when the book was written, he hadn't died. And everybody else has dates. His name is Orson Eerie. Well, Sam said, there's a family member named Orson Eerie. See his picture here? Antonio peeked over Sam's shoulder. Wow, look at his mustache, he said. What is that thing? Sam rolled his eyes and continued. But I don't see a headstone with that name, and this is even weirder. Orson Eerie was born in 1871, but it doesn't say when he died. There's just a question mark. I wonder what happened to him, Antonio said. What else does the book say about him? Sam turned the page to read more. So there they are reading. Oh, no, Lucy yelled. It's 8:15. We're late for school. Lucy yanked the book from Sam's hands. She stuffed it into her backpack. Come on, Antonio said to Sam. Sam ran after his friends, but he had an uneasy feeling in his stomach. As hall monitor, Sam could sense things that other students couldn't. He could feel when something was wrong at Eerie Elementary, and right now, Sam had the feeling that something very bad was about to happen. Chapter 2 is called Gone. See them running? Can you see what they have on their face? Cross their eyes there. Sam raced out of the graveyard, down the street, and toward the school. As the three friends crossed the playground, they spotted a large plastic thermometer on a tree branch. I forgot, Lucy called to her friends as she ran. We have that weather lesson today. Antonio started skipping. Class outside. This is going to be a good day. Sam hoped Antonio was right. The three of them raced up the steps and into the school. Sam pulled on his hall monitor sash as they ran inside. I'll never get used to wearing this ugly thing, said Sam. Bright orange is totally your color, joked Lucy. Their classmates were all lined up in the hallway. Miss Grinker, their teacher, stood at the front of the line. You're late, Miss Grinker barked. Put away your backpacks and head to the back of the line. She doesn't look very friendly, does she? As Sam and his friends walked to their lockers, Miss Grinker called out, We're going outside for our weather lesson now. Today's weather will be the hottest ever for September, 105 degrees. Sam and Antonio put their backpacks away quickly, but Lucy was still at her locker. Just 1 second, Lucy said, digging through her backpack. I need my sunglasses. Hurry up, Lucy, Sam said, and he and Antonio hopped into line. Hall monitor, Miss Grinker called to Sam from the front of the line. Please make sure everyone is with us. Okay, Sam said. He turned to call Lucy, but when he looked down the hall, his heart just about stopped. Lucy's sunglasses lay on the floor. Her locker was open. The hallway was empty. A feeling of fear crept over Sam. Lucy was gone. Chapter 3 is Into the Locker. Sam had a pit in his stomach the size of a basketball. Last week, Mr. Nakobe had told him that Eerie Elementary fed on students, and Sam had seen this with his own eyes when the stage had tried to swallow his friends. Now Lucy was missing. Could the school have eaten her? Follow me, Miss Grinker called out, and then she began marching the students out through the big double doors. Sam grabbed Antonio from the end of the line. The two friends stayed behind as their classmates headed outside. Then Sam said, Lucy's missing. She went to her locker and now she's gone. Antonio turned to look at Lucy's locker. He too knew what horrible things Eerie Elementary could do. He gulped and said, Maybe she's just messing with us, hiding in her locker. Sam and Antonio crept toward Lucy's locker. Sam's heart pounded. He wrapped his fingers around the half-open door. The metal felt warm in his hand. Sam held his breath. Then he yanked the door open. Lucy was not inside. But something else was. Nasty, slimy goo dripped down the inside of the locker. It was glowing. It looked like neon boogers mixed with bullfrog slobber. Antonio touched it. It was sticky and wet. Ew, he said. He flicked his hand, splashing goo on the floor. It's pretty gross. Antonio, Sam said slowly, the locker ate Lucy. We should tell Mr. Nakobe, Antonio said. Sam shook his head. There's no time. I have to go in after her. I'm the hall monitor. It's my job to protect the students, especially Lucy. Antonio gulped. Then I'm coming with you. Sam nodded. He reached into Lucy's locker and brushed aside her gym clothes. There was a strange hole in the back wall of the locker. More glowing goo dripped from the hole. Sam could see a narrow tunnel through the hole. Are you ready? Sam asked. Antonio shook his head. Not really. Sam swallowed. No time to be scared, he said. It's time to rescue Lucy. Sam climbed through the hole. Antonio followed. Together they crawled into the darkness, down into the depths of the school. And that is the end of chapter 3. So you're going to start the next video for chapters 4, 5, and 6.